Hello my friends, thank you for being here today. I'm going to be bringing you a haul video, but it's going to be kind of like try-on style. Here's the situation. We had this long Thanksgiving weekend. It's been a long weekend around the house, and by about Sunday afternoon I'm starting to feel like I need to get out of this house. And so I told Bub I need to get out of the house. I'm going to Ulta. So I went, and I don't go to the in-person Ulta all that often. Like the last time I went was months ago. It's hard to find time. Honestly, if they had shopping carts, I'd be there more because I could put Bubba in one. But the idea of me trying to go in there and give an honest look to the makeup and then having a 4-year-old running around, it doesn't sound good. So anyway, I showed up at Ulta. It was a wonderful experience. We have this new Ulta. It like changed locations where I live to across the street, bigger building. They have everything, it seems like. This is mostly drugstore, but I do have a couple things from Dermablend, and I just thought I would do as much of the face as I could today. So I don't have a new foundation product, but I do have a new sponge. I have a new tool. Real Technique stuff was buy two, get one free. I'd been eyeing this particular set of eye brushes, and you guys know I love my Profusion brushes, but I'm always, you know, down for trying something else. I realized the other day that I didn't have like a skinny brush like this anymore. I don't know what happened. Like a little eyeliner brush. Also the metal comb was very appealing to me, and I just thought, you know, let's give it a shot. Then I saw they have this seamless complexion brush that looked like a really interesting shape and size for like foundation, they say. Pairs with primer, foundation, and moisturizer. And it's like, okay, I get something for free, so let's just find it. And I got this sponge, this two-tone sponge that says dual-ended expert sponge, medium to full coverage, full dewy finish. And I go before this video to dampen it, and it's like not changing size at all. Well, it turns out it says best when used dry. What? It says peach side used to apply foundation, pink side used to apply blush or highlighter. The top part does maybe seem a little stiffer than the bottom, but it's just crazy to me. Like, you know the softness that a sponge has when you dampen it, you wring out all the moisture, and then you use it to apply, and this just feels exactly like it was taken out of the package. Like I put water on it. The sponge did not change shape or size at all, so maybe I'll use a combination of these two and just see what happens. But yeah, the huge drugstore makeup section that mine has, and just all the different brands I can see in person. It's really nice to do every so often. Ooh, this feels good. It's got quite a bit of movement. Hopefully it can give enough coverage. I'm going to use my Dermablend CC. I was so excited to see Dermablend in person because I thought maybe this brand is getting phased out because the stock on Ulta's website was not great, but I go into my store and they've got the CC cream, they've got the stick concealer, which I've never tried, powders. And as I said in a past video, I feel like this combo, like it's so good. Oh, I also have the Flawless Creator drops. Those are really great too, but I wear this in 35N, light to medium 1. It's continuous correction, CC, SPF 50. The coverage is beautiful. It's just a beautiful product. They had primers too. They didn't have a tester out for the one I was really interested in, so I didn't go there with it, but I did get this setting spray. Yes, I thought, you know, for the staying power that the base makeup has, I bet they make an amazing setting spray. All right, what do I reach for first? Let's do a little dabbing in with this. It said the peach side for foundation, so. It's so incredibly strange to use what basically feels like a dry sponge because it just didn't retain any of the moisture. It didn't puff up, like I said. I do not enjoy this. Not loving it. I'm being taken back to maybe 8th grade when I tried using those little like makeup wedge sponges. Never knew about using anything damp, so I just take those to my face with some foundation. Gosh, we made the process so hard on ourselves sometimes. Okay, this brush feels really mobile. The bristles feel like they're going everywhere. I don't know that I like this better than the Expert Face brush that they make for a foundation. Bristles just feel like they're everywhere. Dermablend CC's like, we will still give you good coverage. We will still deliver. What a weird application day. I don't know, gang. What would this brush be good for? I'm thinking almost like even a bronzer or a blush. See that shape? Seems like it would be nice, but just those longer side of the bristles is not really conducive to building up coverage. This is still a full coverage product, but dang. I'm gonna go ahead and put on my Cover Care concealer, which I wear in 15C. We'll do some little dots around here and out here. There we go. I'm gonna keep trying to work with this a little bit more. I do love trying new brushes. It's just interesting, though, the way some will go. Obviously this feels huge to be doing this step right here on the under eye with. Come on, Elf. Elf Duo Complexion. Oh, the Elf section in my Ulta is huge. Like, a lot of different things from what they have at Walmart. And Walmart has a big Elf section these days. The thing is, it'll never be as cheap as it is at Walmart. Like, I know I've looked at this at Walmart and thought about it a time or two, and I know the price is lower there. Like a few dollars less at Walmart. Ulta is always going to be more expensive, but then I got this free amazing sponge. I think this brush is going to be good, but I don't think I'm going to love it for foundation. But there we are. We are so covered. I got a Dermablend powder. I chose the shade called Illuminating Banana Powder because I have a little translucent one already. I have this. This is good for setting the under eye, but I thought this might be pretty all over the skin. It just has like a little bit of a luminosity to it. I'll see if I can do a swatch that you would see. Okay, so you can see the color, but there is just the gentlest little sheen to it. I don't know that I'd want that right up on my under eye, but I feel like it would be beautiful setting the entire face. What I'm gonna do is set my under eye with what I already had and then go in with this on top. So this is just the Dermablend, I believe it's just the translucent loose powder. Okay, so I'm just gonna take some of that on my powder puff. It's definitely colorless and it just smooths that area, sets it for all day wear. We can hit our T-zone with that too. I just didn't know that they had a somewhat luminous powder too. We'll dust away any excess we have there. Is there anything more fun than like trying out your new makeup that you got? It's so much fun. All right, so that's just the completely translucent on my under eye and a little around the T-zone. Now we're gonna go into this one. Again, it's called Illuminating Banana Powder. And it looks a little yellowish as you see it there, but didn't you think the swatch looked pretty bright? I'm gonna take my BK Beauty 107. I swear I'm feeling a lot better today, but it's tough in the morning. Like, I'll feel like a completely normal person with this cold by end of the day, but in the morning it's like sneeze, sneeze, get all the gunk out. Okay, what's this doing? Can we tell any little bit of luminous quality? Any sheen that this has is super barely there. It might be worth trying a little bit up on the under eye, just lightly. I'm just using a little bit here. Someday I'll go full on with it, but okay. Complexion's looking really good. We just kind of got here in a roundabout way with the different tools and, you know, different powders and stuff, but I'm excited about this. I think this is going to be good. I will be trying it up on the under eye area. It just, even that tiniest bit of sheen has me a little bit like, okay, let's step back. Let's see what this really is all about. I got a new bronzer. I thought this tone looked so good. And now as I get home, it feels like it's looking warmer than it did in the store, but this is from Essence. It's the Sun Club Luminous Bronzing Powder, but it does look kind of matte. Sun-Kissed in California is the shade. I want to try it today. Something about the big pan, I don't know. It drew me in. We're picking some of that up. It says on the front, medium tone, and there was one beside it that said dark tone, but it looked lighter than this. I think something was mislabeled. It's reminding me a lot of the tone of my L'Oreal Infallible Fresh Wear bronzer, and a little warmer than my Hard Candy Instant Summer in Tan. But skin needs a little perk up. I can't believe that sponge still. That was odd. It was amazing though after I did get out of the house to go to Ulta. I mean, we were out of the house for other random quick reasons. We went to church, but getting out of the house on my own, it's amazing what just that short time can do for a person. Like, I felt reset for the entire rest of my afternoon. And I was also super productive when I came home too. Got a ton of laundry done. I was playing with Bubba, got the living room cleaned up. Okay, so here's this. This is kind of subtle. I don't know, I feel like I'm building and building, and it's only kind of going so far. It's 100% not an improvement over Hard Candy Instant Summer in Tan for me. Is it a bad product? No, it's a gentle bronzer. My mom might like this one. This might be shocking, but I did not buy any new blush. I feel like using my Persona blush in Jam. It would be cool if they had Persona in person. They have so many brands there at this new Ulta. So Jam is this beautiful like berry color. It looks really purpley in the compact. And before being a powder blush, this was a stick that they had. But look how pretty it is on the cheeks. Berry, but not nearly as purple as it looks in the compact, right? Get that all blended in. You know what I want this time of year to do? This time between Thanksgiving and Christmas? I want it to just slow down. I feel like it always flies by because there's so much stuff, you know, performances and there's school concerts or sings or whatever. And it just like time just gets gobbled up this time of year. And I want it to slow down a little bit. I want to really enjoy it. I got a lot on. It always looks like a lot at this stage in the game, but you've got to hang with me through the video because by the end of the video, somehow the blush makes sense. Spoiler alert, we make the blush make sense. Okay, there's some jam. Highlighter, no new highlighter, but allow me to grab this. I smell an Emily Award. I love this so much. This is so beautiful. It only takes a little bit, but just knowing that it could go, like, shoot you off into the stratosphere with pretty glow. Like, oh, so pretty. Love. The shade is Daybreak Glimmer. Really pretty. And on this matte, full coverage complexion, she's singing. It's like I'm having my moment. So nice. And then a little bit on the Cupid's bow. Why not? Now it is time. We're going to use the Lock and Last Water Resistant Setting Spray. It says instant skin caring hydration, up to 24-hour wear. Feel the seal of instant gripping power upon application. Smudge and transfer and water resistant wear. So it says shake well first and then 4 to 6 sprays. Get the kinks worked out. Mist was good, nice and fine. I didn't feel like any big droplets were landing on me. And we'll just have to see how this goes throughout the day. I do feel like that took down a little bit of the matteness, just getting some of that on there. I trust you, Dermablend. I think they are doing amazing, amazing base products. Like, this is so good. This is so good. If you're struggling to find it, like on Ulta's website, Amazon has the full spread and so does their website, Dermablend. Okay, I've got nothing here that involves brows, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then I do have a new eye palette. Okay guys, my brow is done. It's the Revlon Color Stay Micro, topped with Maybelline Brow Fast Sculpt, and this is the eye palette I saw. I had no idea this was part of the re-release of the Perfect 10 eyeshadow palettes. So I talked about these months ago. I showed some of these new e.l.f. palettes. They had an all matte warm one, just some different options. I think I got them straight from e.l.f.'s website, but I didn't know they were doing the Everyday Smoky. That's what this one's called. And I just thought this looked so good and so complete, and maybe like kind of a drugstore alternative to some of the deeper palettes that you've seen coming out lately. Natasha Denona's got one, Huda's got one. You know, I'm not saying it's a dupe or identical, but it could kind of give you that deep, rich feel, and it just seems very well balanced with what's in here, both matte and shimmer and just dark to light. And I'm also going to break into my Everyday Eye Essentials set here from Real Techniques. Does anybody use this and love it? And so glued to my Profusion brushes, I just kind of felt like maybe it's time to try another drugstore alternative. Here's the way they're packaged in there. Nice. I'm liking the size of this little essential crease brush. That seems like that's going to be really good. It's not really pinched in at the ferrule. It's just sort of a round brush, but the size is not overwhelming. So let's see. I think I'll go into this little matte taupey guy here. I want to feel like I've got enough control. And there's something to be said for having your eye brushes in a set and not having to like seek out everything individually, especially if you're trying to like sort of explain things for beginners and whatnot. Plus these are really pretty. Easy little matte taupe. They had a couple others too where I was like, where did these shades come from? Maybe Ulta just got different ones when these were repackaged, re-released, and I never checked. Brands are sneaky like that. They give some retailers certain ones. Okay, that looks good. I've got this really big one here called the Medium Shadow Brush. Gosh, that's big. It's practically like a concealer brush, I feel like, but maybe I would take a little bit of this peach with that. It's a shimmer. And just kind of like let it go above with this brush. She takes up some surface area. Although if you were doing a big wash of color, like just, let's say one shade all over the lid, up into the crease, it could be a really quick look with this. Did I even show you guys the palette up close? Shimmers are here. Oh, this is a shimmer too. These two guys and this one. I'm going to pick up a little bit of that white just on the tip of this brush. The thing that kind of gets me about this set and most sets of eye brushes is that they don't throw in anything truly really flat. Like if I'm talking I want a flat brush to pack something on, it might be this, and look how chunky that is. Here's the front view, here's the side view. It's still rather thick. I'm gonna try some of that with the black. I mean, black is the ultimate test, isn't it? Like, yeah, it'll do the job, but why can't we just have something flat? Profusion has like a little flat brush, but it's small. I want something the width of that Morphe one that I often pull in. But she's doing the job and she's wedging into the crease like a boss, so maybe I don't need what I thought I needed, huh? Okay, into the black. And the black is good, by the way. She's not quite as going there as the black in the Huda Grunge palette, but I think you could certainly like build this up to a very black intensity. So I'm just patting it on my outer lid, and then it just reaches the crease really easily because it's not super big. Really having an easy time with it. I thought it would take longer. Who goes there? I love you.
I love you too.
Slept good? Mm-hmm. I don't know how I could have any complaints about how this went here on the outer corner. It's fine. And I'm not saying that in a bad way. Like, I feel like I was editing another video and I said something was fine. And I'm like, yeah, she really truly means it's just okay. I'm gonna go back to that first crease brush and get like some of the brown here, matte brown, and kind of go over things, swirl it up a little bit, just like soften out, even though this is still a really dark shade. Ooh, it's good. Sometimes it's scary to go in with completely different tools, you know? You know what you can achieve with the things you're very comfortable with. But I could see a lot of people just being like, okay, I'm going into Ulta, I'm redoing all my makeup, I'm starting fresh, or I'm starting first, getting makeup for the first time. And you see this eye brush set and you just think, okay, there's a set of eye brushes, I guess that's what I need. But it is doing well. There's a smaller, like fluffier crease brush. So this is what we've been using in the crease. And then there's this, and it's got more just like give to it, a little more mobility. It's the defining crease brush, they say. So I could see how it's cut to maybe reach the depths of your crease well. But to me, it seems like a more wispy brush, and something that would be good about, say, taking some of this shimmery brown here and just like working something on the outside, almost the way I use that wispy white brush, you know? Just gently laying something down on the edge. There's not a lot of transition-y shades like that in this palette, so it's maybe a little hard to show, but picture this, picking up like an orange, some kind of a warm shade, and popping it on the outside. By the way, the day before Thanksgiving, I used my Too Faced Pumpkin Spice palette, and then on Thanksgiving, I used the second slice. Yes, I really felt like I was on point with those decisions. Okay, what else do we have here? We have an eyeliner brush, which is going to be ideal for like a cream liner situation. Look how fine that is. I know I've owned that brush before. We also have this definer brush, which is going to be great for times when you want really precise like shadow, like say up under the wing, or this can be used with a cream also, or I think this would be a fabulous brow brush if you buy a brow pomade and you need a brush to go in that. So liners and brows with those two. I may not get to those today, but then we've got this little guy right here. This is the smudge brush. Let's see that in comparison size-wise to the one we used for the black. They're about the same thickness sideways, but it's shorter, just a little stubbier. There's still quite a bit of movement to the bristles. And then the other brush that you haven't seen yet is this, which will be a good comb for like going up through my mascara. And at the end, I got a few things from their 5 for $10 section in the front of the store. I got a few little like stocking stuffers for my girls. I know, what am I doing shopping so early? Feels early to me. Let's go back to this little bit flatter one, and I'm just gonna rub off as much black as I can. And we'll take some of this taupey shimmer right here with that. And this is a shade that really, you know, some of these shimmers really need to be packed on. They need to be put on with something flat. And I think it's proving to be flat enough, but I still am a little baffled like why brands and sets don't just throw us something flat. And alone too. Like, I don't think Real Techniques makes a super flat brush. Everything's got some fluff to it. That's pretty. I know this is the kind of look like you could achieve with the Grunge palette from Huda. Then I'm going to go to this shade right here. And it's a little hard to get that packed into the inner corner with this, but we're trying. Yeah, I can see it. Okay. And then for the purposes of using the smudge, let's go into this like cool brown right here. Cool grayish brown. And just hit that under eye. I've been using shadow sticks so much on the under eye, but I really want to show you this brush, which could be good for further smudging a shadow stick, right? I like that. That's a terrific shape and size for a little smudgy lower liner. All in all, I'm really impressed with this set. I'm really glad that I was able to throw in a black, which I think is a great true test, and see how the brushes could handle it. Even though that one wasn't super flat, it still did the work. So everyday kind of gray tone, cool tone eye. I like it. I like e.l.f. for doing this palette. Again, what hasn't been used yet, these liner brushes, and then we'll get to this probably. I do have a mascara. This is a repurchase of an old love that I haven't used in a while. This is a former Emily Award winner. It's the Essence I Love Extreme Crazy Volume Mascara. Thing is, I don't really love the Essence in the store. Like, there's zero seal on this. Oh, hi, Bunny. Oh, hi, Bunny. Hello. Nice to see you today. Okay, but this one seemed that it had not been compromised. This rubber bristle brush has a ton of short rubber bristles and then also bristles at the tip. And I just haven't used it in the longest time. You know, I kind of determined, yes, this is a quality mascara, but I had gone on and tried more new things. I'm not going to do any liner. I'm just going to curl. I really like having some great drugstore brushes that I like to use and recommend to you guys, because the makeup really adds up, right? Even if we're talking an all drugstore look, by the end of it all, like, that's still some money you've spent to get the foundation and the concealer and a palette, even if it's a small palette. It adds up. And then if you had to think on top of that, now I've got to buy brushes that are like at a luxury price tag. Granted, you're not having to re-buy brushes every time, but that becomes an investment. So I like being able to say, hey, there are brushes you can buy that are at a drugstore price that are really good. Okay, so we're going in with this. Oh yeah, I just forgot. We drifted apart. But like a good friend that you haven't talked to, those conversations just fall right back into place, don't they? It's just really good about hitting every lash and not clumping stuff together. And this was a thing kind of before all the Lash Princess craze of Essence. I feel like this was kind of hot before that, at least for me it was. Oh, it builds just beautifully and doesn't look like, okay, there's major evidence of mascara on there, like with crazy funky tips. I'm going to stop after that second coat and go over to the other eye, but like I'm seeing every lash. I look like I have a thicker lash line. Oh, look at that. Just a couple little strokes through. Shall we also point out that there is no fallout from that e.l.f. palette. Part of that's a credit to the palette, part of it's a credit to the brushes. We should take this too. I don't really need it because this is not, ooh, I like that little slider top. So you don't like poke holes in your makeup bag with this thing. This mascara isn't screaming to be combed through, but I'm gonna like having that. And what's really special about it, I think Real Techniques used to have a large end on either part of this. It needs to be straight bristles like this. You can't have like a plastic bookend type of thing on the end, or else you can't truly just sweep up through. It's like it had stoppers on it before. I'm pretty sure it was Real Techniques that had that. And now you can just flow right through it, and it's got that nice little cap. Love that. Look at that lash, you guys. Really good. I got a little on my lid, but I can flake it away. So enjoying this all over again. Awesome. And then I'm going to do a little Cali Ray on here, down beneath. Dad goes in for round 3. of chemo today, so any prayers would be much appreciated. Thank you so much for just thinking of us and all your kind support during this time. It really means a lot. And look at me, I'm going to come in here just like that. Took away a clump. Because we did use powder here, I'm going to use Kosas Cloud Set just under that lower lash line to reinforce the staying power there. I swear, when I do it, it helps. Everything stays in place. I'm not using these today, but I grabbed these naked lashes from Ardell in 425. I liked how fluttery they seem. I'm not sure if you can tell, but there's like layers of lashes coming off of it, okay? It's not just like one solid curve. Can you tell that they're like fluffy? They're literally fluffy with multiple layers. Until I get them out of the box and hold it up against my hand, you may not be able to see that. And the band, I think that's why they call these naked lashes. The band is just not even visible. So I am excited to play with those in a future video. And lastly, I got a gloss. I got a new lifter gloss because I have loved so much these newer ones that look like this. They're kind of like a transparent gel, but still more color than you'd think you'd get out of a transparent gel. Sweetheart has been great for the red. And Taffy is an awesome berry. It looks like it's going to be really dark, but that's beautiful. And by the way, Ulta is holding on to so many different lifter gloss shades that Walmart and other retailers don't have. So noted. But they also have this one called Bubblegum. I feel like I'm raving on these the way I raved on the CoverGirl little balms that we love, the Clean Fresh balms. And it's like, there was a red tone, there's a berry tone, there's a pink tone. I got the pink tone. So again, this is called Bubblegum. Let's pop it on and see how much color she shows, because it's definitely lighter than my other two, like this. Oh, she's pink, but not in a fully opaque way. My lips need that moisture. They feel so dry. That's just as is, guys. No liner, no lipstick. How often do you get a sheer pink gloss and it really shows enough pink to where you're like satisfied seeing it that way? Love it. I'm so glad I got that. I told you the blush was just going to come together with everything. You just kind of had to trust me on that. But I really like the finished look. The things that were most questionable to me, like this sponge, using it dry, it just doesn't feel right. That does not feel right. And you can't make it puff up, which is odd. Like you put water on it. I just by default thought, oh, this will take water, right? No, water does nothing to puff this up. It just makes it wet. It doesn't change the size and shape of the sponge. So get you a regular Real Technique sponge if you want something that's gonna blow up and get bigger. This brush, again, it's quite mobile for the foundation, but I feel like maybe dabbing on bronzer or even blending out cream bronzer, even cream blush, could be good. I really do like the shape. It fits the face nicely. It's just if you're putting on a foundation, it feels like these bristles up in here just move around too much. I feel like my Dermablend stuff is going to take a little more time for me to be able to tell you like how it went or how it's going. But so far today, we tried this all over. We added a little bit to the under eye. I think the skin looks beautiful, and we'll just have to see on this how well it sets. The eye brushes, the mascara, of course, the e.l.f. palette, and the lip color, I think were all hits. The Essence bronzer was kind of a, not really a must. I will share some of these other things that I got. This was just the area right at the front of the store, and it said like 5 for 10. One of the 5 things was for me, but that's good because that makes it a 2 and 2 split for the others. I got some oil blotting sheets because I haven't had these in a long time, and I've been wearing my glasses more in the afternoons because I've had a little like kind of eye irritation, and I feel like it's maybe finally totally cleared up, but I've taken a break from my contacts for the bulk of the day, except for when I'm up here shooting a video. And this area right here gets kind of like oily actually when you're wearing your glasses on it. So I got these, and plus they match my bathroom. Maybe I'll keep them down there in the bathroom. For Belle, since she like gets ready a little bit at the start of the day, I got her some of these creaseless hair clips. They're really cute and they're kind of glittery. You know, those ones that people like slip in and keep their hair back. Can we just point out how uniform that pink looks? It's not streaky at all. It does have that element of sheerness that these glosses tend to have, but like it looks so perfect all over the lips. I can't talk too loud because one of them's gonna overhear this. For Eve, I got this little duo pack here. It's like a lip balm and a hand cream, and this scent, they only had a couple different scents. This is the whipped vanilla, and then I got the same thing for Belle in the frosted coconut. Okay, so those little pouches I thought could go in stockings. And then for Biddy, I got this little lip balm duo. Oh, this has sparkling berry and whipped vanilla. So cute, the little star. I thought they could be fun, like hanging out of the stocking. But yeah, they each get a couple Ulta things. And that is all. Thank you guys so much for taking time to watch my little Ulta haul and try on today. Let me know what things impressed you the most. If you're a Dermablend fan like me, what are the must-haves from that line? Have you tried the stick concealer, by the way? Because I'm intrigued by that, but I didn't pick it up because I just thought nothing beats this, right? All right, guys, have a great day. I love you, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye.